Sigma males are some of the smartest and most capable men out there. They think deeply, move independently, and don't wait for anyone's approval to act. But there's one area where even the most brilliant Sigma can struggle: money. Not because he's lazy, not because he lacks talent, but because the way he lives, the way he thinks, and the way he works don't always line up with how the world rewards people financially. Most people grow up being told that if you work hard, stay smart, and do your job well, success will follow. But Sigma males know it's not that simple. They don't fit into the regular system. They question everything. They walk away from the usual rules. And while that makes them strong in many areas, it also puts them at a disadvantage in today's money-driven world. The truth is, Sigma males often stay broke, not because they're not good enough, but because they're playing a different game. They value freedom over stability, truth over popularity, purpose over profit. And those choices, while powerful, can lead to long periods of struggle, especially when it comes to making, keeping, and growing money. This video isn't about blaming Sigma males for their financial struggles. It's about understanding the deeper reasons behind them. Once you see why these brilliant minds often stay stuck when it comes to income, you can also start seeing how to turn it around without giving up who they are. So let's dig into the real, honest reasons why so many Sigma males struggle with money. We'll start with the first, and maybe the biggest one. They reject the traditional career path that most people follow to find success. Reason number 1. Disregard for traditional career paths. Sigma males don't want to climb the ladder. They want to build their own. From a young age, they can feel the pressure to choose a clear, stable path. Go to school, get a degree, find a job, work hard, get promoted, retire someday. But that plan doesn't sit right with them. It feels forced. It feels fake, so they reject it. And that's where the money problems start. While their peers are moving into structured jobs and building resumes, Sigma males are often off trying to figure out what actually matters to them. They might explore creative paths. They might freelance. They might take random jobs just to keep their freedom. All of that might give them peace, but it rarely gives them a stable income. In the eyes of society, they look like they're behind. Friends are buying homes, getting promotions, stacking savings. And the Sigma male? He's still searching, still moving in and out of jobs, still testing ideas, still questioning the whole system. Not because he doesn't care about success, but because he wants it on his own terms. And while he might be incredibly skilled, he doesn't like playing the game that comes with most careers. He doesn't want to deal with office politics. He doesn't want to answer to people who don't understand him. He doesn't want to trade his time for money if it costs him his purpose. That kind of thinking is rare. It's bold, but it also makes the road harder. Sigma males often end up in fields that don't pay much early on, like writing, design, coaching, small business, or self-taught tech work. They start things from scratch. They build alone. And while they might eventually succeed, the first years are rough. Money comes in waves. Bills pile up. Doubt kicks in. But still, they refuse to settle into the traditional mold. This mindset also makes them miss opportunities. They might walk away from high-paying jobs because the structure feels wrong. They might quit steady work because they feel trapped. They might avoid climbing the ladder because they know it leads to a life they don't want. And all of that makes sense, emotionally. But financially, it takes a toll. Some Sigma males figure it out later in life. They build something real, something that finally makes money and still gives them freedom. But many spend years struggling, bouncing from one thing to the next, always working, but rarely building real wealth. It's not a lack of talent. It's a lack of alignment between who they are and how the money world works. And unless they learn how to bridge that gap, they stay stuck. Brilliant, but broke. Reason number 2, aversion to networking. The world runs on relationships, but Sigma males don't like playing that game. They don't fake friendships. They don't attend events just to shake hands and pass out business cards. They hate small talk. They avoid cliques. And while that keeps their energy clean, it also shuts them out of one of the biggest drivers of financial success: connection. In most industries, who you know matters just as much, if not more, than what you know. People hire people they like. People do business with those they trust. People promote people who make them feel good. Sigma males don't play that game. They don't want to be liked for the sake of opportunity. They want to be respected for their work, their mind, their truth. This attitude keeps them from growing fast. They might be more skilled than their competition, but the competition is out socializing, building connections, staying visible. The Sigma male, he's working quietly, often in the shadows, hoping his work will speak for itself. And sometimes it does. But most of the time in the real world, the loud ones win. The social ones get noticed. And the quiet geniuses get overlooked. Not because they're not good, but because they're invisible. Sigma males often avoid group settings. They skip parties, mixers, and team-building events. They don't like playing the fake-it-till-you-make-it role. And while that protects their peace, it isolates them from the people who could help their careers grow. They may also burn bridges without realizing it. A client or co-worker wants more contact, more praise, more engagement. And the Sigma male pulls away, not because he's rude, but because he doesn't see the point. To him, the work should be enough. But in many fields, the relationship matters more. Over time, this habit limits their chances. They don't get invited to key meetings. They don't get referrals. They don't hear about big opportunities. And even if they do, they're not the first name that comes to mind, because they're not in the loop. This can be frustrating for them. They know they're qualified. They know they could crush it. But the world isn't built for lone wolves. It's built for tribes, for cliques, for circles of influence. And Sigma males by nature don't like being in circles. They'd rather stand alone. That choice keeps their integrity strong, but it also keeps their income low. Some Sigma males eventually learn to network in their own way. They find honest, low-effort methods to connect without selling out. But many stay stuck, brilliant and broke, because they never learn how to balance solitude with strategy. Reason number 3, underestimating the value of self-promotion. Sigma males are wired for substance, not show. They focus on doing the work, not talking about it. They build in silence, learn in private, and often believe that results should speak for themselves. But in today's world, staying quiet can cost you. If people don't see what you do or hear about it, they won't know it exists. And if they don't know, they won't buy, support, or promote. This is where a lot of Sigma males get stuck. They might be great at what they do. Their work might be better than anyone else's. But they struggle to talk about it, share it, or put it in front of the right people. They see self-promotion as bragging, or worse, as fake. They don't want to be that guy who posts every win, makes every conversation about himself, or tries to sell something all the time. So instead, they stay quiet. And while that protects their humility, it also keeps them invisible. In jobs, this leads to missed promotions. Their boss may not see all the behind-the-scenes effort. The team may not understand how much they've contributed. And because the Sigma male doesn't speak up, others get the spotlight. In business, this is even worse. If they're freelancers, creators, or building a brand, their biggest weakness is visibility. They might make great content, products, or tools, but without marketing, no one knows. Without speaking, no one hears. Without sharing, no one buys. Sigma males often assume that quality will bring results. And in some cases it does, slowly. But in most cases, especially in competitive industries, attention is currency. And if you don't claim some of that attention, you get left behind. They also avoid asking for credit, even when it's deserved. They feel uncomfortable telling people, "I did that," or "that was my idea," so others step in, take credit, and get rewarded. Meanwhile, the Sigma male is back at his desk doing more quiet work. This behavior often comes from pride. Not ego, but the belief that real work doesn't need applause. And while that sounds noble, it can backfire financially, because in the real world, people promote what they see. And if you don't show them anything, you disappear. Sigma males who figure this out learn to self-promote without selling out. They build portfolios. They share behind-the-scenes work. They talk about what they've built, honestly, not loudly. And slowly, they gain attention in a way that still feels true to them. But many never make that shift. They stay in the background. And their talent, while real, never turns into real money. Reason number 4, prioritizing passion over profit. Sigma males don't chase jobs just for the paycheck. They want purpose, meaning, alignment. If a job feels empty, they won't stay, even if it pays well. If a business doesn't light them up, they'll quit, even if it's profitable. This deep focus on passion is admirable. But it's also why many Sigma males struggle financially. They often pick work that feels real over work that pays well. They'll write a book instead of taking a steady marketing job. They'll start a podcast instead of climbing a company ladder. They'll coach, create, teach, all great things, but rarely the most profitable right away. This passion-first mindset gives them joy, but it delays income. They might spend months or years building something they believe in. And that's great, long-term. But short-term, it can leave them broke. They also resist switching to safe careers, even when money is tight, because to them, doing something they hate just for the money feels like death. They'd rather be broke and alive than rich and miserable. This creates tension. Bills pile up, pressure builds, and still the Sigma male holds the line. He believes the path will work, eventually, and sometimes it does. But in many cases, the money comes too slowly, or not at all. Balancing passion with profit is the key. But Sigma males often wait too long to make that shift. Reason number 5, resistance to authority and structure. Sigma males don't take orders well. They don't enjoy being managed, corrected, or told what to do. They value freedom more than anything. And while that makes them strong as leaders or solo workers, it also keeps them out of high-paying roles in structured environments. In traditional companies, promotions often go to those who play the game, the ones who follow the rules, stay in line, and make the boss look good. Sigma males don't play that game. They question policies. They challenge decisions. They work best when left alone. And that behavior often gets them labeled as difficult or uncooperative. They might be smarter than their managers, more creative than their co-workers, but because they won't follow the system, they don't move up, or they get pushed out, or they leave, frustrated, unheard, and unpaid. This also affects how they deal with clients. If a client tries to dictate every detail, the Sigma male pushes back. If a partner tries to control the creative process, he walks away. That mindset protects his vision, but it limits his income. Structure feels like a trap to him. But in many industries, structure is how people get paid. Until he learns to adapt, not submit, he keeps hitting the same wall. Reason number 6, preference for solitude. Sigma males are loners by nature. They enjoy being alone, working alone, and thinking alone. This solitude is where they find peace, creativity, and focus. But when it comes to money, that same habit often holds them back. In the real world, success is often built with people, not just talent. Teams, partners, investors, collaborators, mentors, these are the connections that help most people grow faster. But the Sigma male doesn't like depending on others. He trusts himself more than anyone. And because of that, he tends to build in isolation. That means fewer business partnerships, fewer team efforts, fewer chances to scale. He might be a great writer, but he never hires an editor. He might start a business, but never brings on help. He might have ideas that could grow 10x with the right support, but he keeps it all in-house. And while that protects his vision, it also limits his reach. This solo approach also makes him harder to find. People don't know what he's building. They don't know how to help. They don't know how to collaborate. And so they don't. Meanwhile, others with less talent but more visibility move ahead. Some Sigma males enjoy this. They'd rather move slow and alone than fast with people they don't fully trust. But others, over time, start to realize solitude is powerful, but not always profitable. Learning to collaborate without compromising who they are is key. But for many Sigma males, that lesson comes late, if ever. Being brilliant isn't always enough. Sigma males have the mind, the skill, and the drive, but the way they move through life often keeps them from building wealth. Not because they're incapable, but because they're not wired to follow the system the way others are. They avoid fake networking. They reject shallow success. They chase meaning before money. And while all of that makes them authentic, it also makes the road harder. But here's the truth. Sigma males don't have to stay broke. They don't have to sell out to get paid. They just need to learn how to work with the system without losing themselves. That means showing up, speaking up, and building smarter, not just harder. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about using who they are in a way the world can see, support, and reward. The mind of a Sigma male is rare, but until it's shared, it's just potential. And potential doesn't pay bills.